What's going on, guys? Professor Lou here. Welcome to my lab, and I'm going to be starting a new segment where I'm going to profile a deck for you, and then I'm going to show you a quick battle at the end of that profile. And this week's profile is going to be for Darkrai, the expanded version, just because the San Jose Regionals is going on right now. Alright, so here we go, guys. This is my list right here for Darkrai for the expanded version. And this is my own personal list, so let's jump right into it. I'm going to be running 2 copies of Shaymin EX. 99% only because of this ability setup. When I play this card from my hand onto my bench, I can draw cards until I have 6 cards. It's very, very strong. One of the best cards in the game. Then we're going to be running 2 copies of this Darkrai EX. This is the main component to the deck for its ability Dark Cloak. Each of my Pokemon that has any Dark Energy in play is going to have Free Retreat, and Free Retreat is good. Then its attack, Night Spear, for 2 Dark Energies and a colorless, does 90 and then 30 to one of my opponent's bench Pokemon. So you can start weakening up the bench, so when they bring them up, you can knock them out. Then we're going to play 1 copy of this Darkrai EX, just because Dark Pulse is very, very good attack. For a double colorless energy, it does 20 plus 20 more for every Dark Energy that I have in play. Then we have 1 copy of this Yveltal, mostly because it's a non-EX to help get around like Regice and stuff like that, but also Oblivion Wing helps me accelerate energy. For 1 Dark Energy does 30, and then I can attach a Dark Energy from my discard pile to one of my bench Pokemon. Yveltal EX, 1 copy. It's a very good card for a Dark and a colorless. Evolve does 20, and then 20 more for each energy attached to him and your opponent's active Pokemon. We play Hoopa just because Hoopa's amazing. If you don't know what Hoopa does, you should learn. When I play this card onto my bench, I can grab any 3 EX Pokemon from my deck into my hand. And then we play 1 copy of Keldeo EX for Russian. So if I have a Dark Energy on Keldeo and one of these Darkrai's on my bench or active, either one, all my Pokemon essentially have Free Retreat because Keldeo with its ability can just rush in and then Free Retreat with that Dark Energy. Then onto our trainers, we're going to be running 3 copies of Battle Compressor because early on you want to compress stuff like supporters that you may need if you have a VS Seeker in hand. So here, search your deck for up to 3 cards and discard them, shuffle your deck afterwards. I am a big fan of discarding an energy as well, just because we play 4 copies of Dark Patch, but we'll get into that. Now, our ace spec of choice is Computer Search. Easily one of the best cards ever made. I'm kind of sad that we don't have it in Standard anymore, but it's okay. I discard any 2 cards from my hand to search for any card, period. It can be a trainer, a Pokemon, an energy, anything. Very, very, very good card. Play 4 copies of Dark Patch because we can. Attach a basic Dark Energy from my discard pile to one of my bench Pokemon. Has to be a Dark, but our main attackers that we're going to be using are Dark anyway. We're going to run 4 copies of Hypnotoxic Laser. Hypnotoxic Laser. Your opponent's Pokemon is now poisoned. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep as well. You combo this with Verbank City Gym, which we'll get to in a little bit later. And you can, knock out some of these big Pokemon relatively fast. We're running 3 copies of Max Elixir because we play 10 Dark Energy and we like to accelerate this energy as much as possible. I look at the top 6 cards of my deck. If any one of those are basic energy, I can attach them to any one of my benched Pokemon. 1 copy of Super Rod, just because it's a very, very good card. Shuffle any combination of 3 of Pokemon and basic energy from my discard pile back into my deck, and then of course shuffle it after. We play 3 copies of Trainer's Mail. I look at the top 4 cards of my deck, and any trainer that I find there except Trainer's Mail, I can add it to my hand. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, very, very standard. Discard 2 cards, search for any Pokemon in my deck, add it to my hand. Then we play 4 copies of VS Seeker. Put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. So that, you combo that with Battle Compressor. Say early on, turn 1, you Battle Compress. You send stuff like Colress, Getsis, Sycamore. If you have a dead hand, then you use the VS Seeker to grab that back. And that's mostly why we only play one of a lot of these supporters. We play 1 copy of AZ, put 1 Pokemon into my hand from that's in play. Anything attached to it gets taken out. So if you start with Hoopa and and then you draw into a Pokemon later, you can always AZ that Hoopa and then put it right back down. Same thing goes with Shaymin. Colress. This is one of my favorite cards almost of all time. Shuffle my hand into my deck, then draw for each bench Pokemon. A lot of people forget that Colress is still around in Expanded, and they just want to go ahead and load up their bench, and then you just get a free hand. Getsus, 1 copy, one of the most broken cards in my opinion. Your opponent reveals his or her hand and shuffles all item cards found in there, and then you draw cards for that many numbers. So let's say they had 5 item cards in their hand, they lose those 5 items and you draw 5 cards off the top of your deck. So that's pretty amazing. One of the best cards also, I think, ever, especially in the Plasma Age. We play 1 copy of Hex Maniac because shutting off abilities is fun. 1 copy of Lysander just to make sure that Pokemon that had been getting 30 damage on the bench off this Darkrai, we can just knock it out, especially if it's an EX. Then we play 1 copy of N. Each player shuffles his or her hand into their deck and then draws for each prize card remaining. Play 3 copies of Sycamore. It can also be Juniper. I just prefer Sycamore. Discard your hand, draw 7. 1 copy of Xerosic because removing tools and special energy is very, very good. Then we play 3 copies of Verbank City Gym. So basically, you do two more damage counters on poison Pokemon. So in between turn, instead of doing 10, you're doing 30. So you know that's why we play the laser. So you can do 30 in between turns, and that can a lot of times can be the difference between knocking out the Pokemon and not. We play just a 1 of Fighting Fury Belt. It's not really a priority, but getting, you know, this Darkrai to 220, 220, that's huge, you know. Even the Shivelta getting it to, 170, which is basically EX level HP. And then for our energy, we're just running 10 copies of the basic Dark Energy. So this is my list. Now we're going to exit right out of here. Alright guys, so we're just going to go here in the Versus ladder and try our luck. Hopefully we can find a pretty decent matchup against Mono Psychic. So let's see what that's about. I choose Tails as always. Tails it is. I like choosing Tails always first because most people choose Heads. So anytime that lands on Tails, I typically get to go first. That's my logic. And I start with Darkrai because it's my only option. Excuse me, guys. Just had Chipotle, so Now we get to see what the opponent is playing. It's a little cold in Vegas the last couple days. Got off work, it was 25 degrees last night. That's why I have a little sniffle. So while we have a moment, we'll just look at our hand. We have a Dark Patch, 2 Elixirs, an N, a Trainer's Mail, and a Dark Energy. Ideally, I would love to grab an Ultra Ball off my next card or the Trainer's Mail. I got none of that, so we'll play. Oof. This is kind of not good. We'll attach here. We'll Shaman for 2 and hope we get very lucky. Now we'll play Shaman again for 2 as well and hope we can get lucky. And we do not, so we're just going to play N because we don't really want to be attaching all these energies to Shaman. We're gonna, let's wait on Burbank. We'll put down Trainer's Mail, grab Sycamore. I believe I already have a Sycamore in hand, so I'm not gonna take anything off it. And I'm just gonna pass turn. Let's check out this Gengar. Night Attack, put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And Dark Corridor, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And Mewtwo EX. Okay, so I guess he's gonna put 3 damage counters on something, whether it be Darkrai or one of these Shamans. Unless I draw an Ultra Ball, I am more than likely going to play the Sycamore. Well, Ultra Ball, got lucky. So I'm gonna Ultra Ball away an Energy and this Sycamore. And we're gonna grab Hoopa. 2 lasers are 1 laser's prize. and gets us as prized. So we're gonna play down Hoopa to grab 3 X's. Because I've already played through both of my Shaymins, I'm only gonna grab 1 Darkrai and the Keldeo. No use in grabbing other Pokemon if I'm probably gonna Sycamore. So I'll bench the Keldeo and bench this Darkrai, so now I have free retreat. I'm going to go ahead and play Dark Patch, and I'm going to attach it to this Darkrai. I'm gonna play down my Verbank, and I'm probably just going to Sycamore. I don't want to give my opponent any extra cards, and I get to draw 7. I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. So I am going to attach to this Darkrai, and I'm just going to rush in with Keldeo. Makes it a little bit tougher to knock out. Shaymin's always easy target. 110 HP is pretty laughable. So we're hoping for Tails on this hammer. Ooh. That's rough. So now we're gonna play Compressor. And with Compressor, I almost always choose supporters, especially the ones that I have one-ofs, just because now I have access to them with Via Seeker. I'm gonna attach an energy here, and I'm going to play Chorus. Chorus gives me 6 cards, and I'd like to keep all these. Plus, I don't want to play N because I don't want to give my opponent any extra cards. Okay, so we hope that we hit this, and we did. We're gonna attach it here. Now we're going to retreat for free. Okay, and we're gonna play Compressor again. This time, I think we're just gonna send something I don't need, like this Yveltal. Now we're gonna do Night Spear. It's gonna do 90 and 30 to the back. The next turn, I'm gonna, unless something changes, I'm gonna attach this Dark Energy to Darkrai, and then Via Seeker for probably the Sycamore. He played Ninja Boy into another Mewtwo with damage change. Nice little play there. So we're gonna try to one-shot that Mewtwo just because it's, which I don't think we'll be able to. But we'll be able to take out this Mewtwo this turn, and then he's just going to damage change, but it's only 30 damage. So we're just going to look for the Sycamore. Okay. Let's see what we get off this Trainer's Mail. Laser. We'll save the Laser for that Mewtwo later. We're just gonna go ahead and attack. We'll take this one and this one. 2 Laser, 2 Dark Patch. I like it. Now we just play the waiting game. Guys, if you like these kind of videos that I'm posting, let me know, because this is the first time, or really second time, I'm ever posting these kind of videos. So just down below in the comments, let me know what you guys are thinking, if I need to change anything or whatnot. So Mega Evolution time. That's gonna be a little rough now. So we're going to play Computer Search. We're gonna get rid of here and here. Darkrai. Because now we're going to load up this Darkrai with one. Oh, we're going to do double Dark Patch. And then again. So now we're hitting for a beefy number. So its attack, remember, does 20 plus 20 more. So we're doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 130, plus the 30 in between turns. And that's going to be enough for the win. Well, alright guys, there you go. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. Any changes you think I need to make, or just any suggestions in general. Don't be afraid to add me on PTCGO. My name is Big Lou, as you see right down here, Big Lou 300. Just send me a friend request, and then leave in the comments to let me know you sent me a friend request, and I'll be more than happy to accept a friend request in battle or chat or just whatnot. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and just let me know what you guys are thinking. We're out.